Hi, and welcome to the Getting Started video for MBA512, Business Planning and Strategic Management. So in this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know to complete this course successfully. So I'm going to follow this menu path on Blackboard and discuss each of the main elements of the course. First thing is announcements. So the first announcement is about getting started. So you're watching the video attached to the Getting Started announcement, and I have 6 steps on how to get started. So basically, I'm going to ask you to read the syllabus, review the assignments, review the discussion questions, review the simulation project, watch the Zoom simulation getting started video, which I'll post soon, and click on the class video button. It's right up here, class videos YouTube, on the Blackboard to watch this week's video lectures. Okay, now the second announcement is about the exams. So there's a midterm on June 10th, and this midterm is going to be 50 multiple choice questions from chapters 1 through 6 of the strategy text book. The next exam is going to be the final, and the final exam comes in 2 parts. There's a final exam part 1, which is multiple choice questions, and there's a final essay exam part 2, which is going to be essay questions. And they both are going to be open on July 1st. Here are the format and topics for each exam. As I said, the first exam, the midterm, is 50 multiple choice questions. The final part 1 is 50 multiple choice questions. And the part 2 will be 14 short answer essay questions. These essay questions will be the 12 chapters from the Strategic Management textbook and the 6 chapters we review on the Blue Ocean textbook. Next is the Zoom simulation. So the Zoom business simulation, I have a video here on how to get started. It's going to be 15 points to your grade. The class code is June 22. And the due dates, each of the rounds will be processed from round 1 through 6 on these dates. It's a team-based simulation, turn-based. And as soon as you finish your simulation, you have to wait for me to process it. We can review the results for the class, and you move into the next round. You must score over 2,500 points cumulative to get the full 15 points for the simulation. Generally, 75% of the class is able to score over the 2,500 points. If you score less than 2,500 points, your score diminishes from there. I'm going to go over, I have multiple videos to help explain this and go over this. And towards the end of the video, I'll show you how to register for the simulation. Now, each student will be one team. So you can, if you have friends in the class, feel free to sign up as a team if you want to work together. But if you want to work independently and work by yourself, you can be a team of 1 for the simulation. Now, I also have a schedule, what we're going to work on every week. So this schedule will list chapter 1, the chapters we're going to cover, the videos to watch, the homework to do. So for each week of the 6 weeks of this course, I lay out exactly what you should be reading, what videos you should be watching, what homeworks you should be working on for the full 6 weeks. Okay. Now let's continue in the menu path. The next is the syllabus. So you read over the syllabus. This is going to tell you it's an asynchronous course. So this is not going to be a class where we're going to meet at a specific time and all be live on a conference room, in a video conference room somewhere. So it's asynchronous. I think most of you knew that already. The course descriptions I'll lay out. If you read this over to get a better idea of the course description, what our learning goals are, how we're going to accomplish our learning goals, how we're going to spend our class time. There are 2 textbooks. One is a classic strategic management textbook that you can buy the 5th or 6th edition. I would recommend the 6th edition. And there's also the book 2 is Blue Ocean Strategy, which is any edition of this book would be fine. They're all very similar. Now, both these books are priced under $40. I think the Blue Ocean is probably around $20, $24, and the Strategic Management is probably like $36 to $39, somewhere around there. I purposely looked for lower cost books that were of decent quality and very innovative and influential in strategic management theory. But specifically, I wanted the price low since I'm also asking you to buy a simulation, which is also under $40. Okay, so the assignments will all be posted on Blackboard. I will not be using a homework manager for this course. The grades, participation, which is going to be measured on your posts on the discussion boards, will be 18 points. The mini case projects you'll do under assignments will be 30 points. The midterm is 15 points, the final is 15 points, and the essay exam final is 7 points. And finally, the Zoom simulation will be 15 points. And that's how you get to 100 points, and this is how it converts to a letter grade. The test will appear under assignments on the day the test is due, and the exams will be based on material from the textbooks. Okay. So again, it just continues on to lay out the case, what we're doing in class each of the weeks. So that's the syllabus. When you have time, please look that over. Under course documents, you will find the PowerPoints for the strategic management textbook and the Blue Ocean textbook. And I also listed the answers to the end of chapter questions and practice problems, true and false multiple choice, from the strategic management textbook, if you are interested in to know what the answers were at the end of the text chapter's questions. Okay. The video list. So not only do I embed the videos in the announcements as far as the weekly course breakdown, I embed the links to the videos. You can also easily find them organized under class video links. So when you click here, this video list will give you a list of all the videos in the class in the order you should be watching them. Okay. All right. Now, the strategy textbook, the first textbook to buy, I have a link directly to buy this textbook. You click on this and it'll port you over, and the textbook, the 6th edition, is $39.95, which is the cost of this book is well below most of the big publishers for strategic management. And this is where you can buy the textbook as an ebook, which I suggest getting it as the ebook since you get instant delivery on that. And there's some other options down here. But all you really need is this one textbook, so I make it really easy to find and purchase here. We also have the Blue Ocean textbook, which you can get through Amazon. So Amazon will have the Blue Ocean textbook, and just about any bookstore will have this book. It's an international bestseller, New York Times best-selling book. So you can get a Kindle version. You can get an audio book from Audible. You can get a hardcover, and look at that, it's only $16 here. So pretty inexpensive. And there's, if there's a more recent edition, you want to get that, that's fine too. They don't really change much with this book. Okay, so that's the 2 textbooks to get. Now let's move on to, I'm going to do the simulation project last. I'm going to move into the assignments. So if you click here, this is where the midterm, the final exam, and the essay exam will be listed, as well as the case assignments. So what you're going to see, you're not going to see, I got to change this, you're not going to see the exams really until the day they're due, but you will see they're only listed here, I have to update the date on this, but what you will see is the weekly case studies. For each week, you're going to have 2 case studies to do each week. Please complete both case studies. So how you complete this is you read the case study in the textbook at the end of each of the chapters. Now, these are the questions I want to answer. They're straight from the textbook. So you could write this out in a Word document or save it as a PDF, but when you're done answering these questions, you want to click on this link and then scroll down. You can also view a rubric of how I grade the papers. So if you're interested to know how I grade that, there's a rubric there. And then when you're done, you writing the paper and saving it, you want to browse the local files, find your paper, and then attach it, and then click submit. And then you will have attached the homework file. And you'll see each week, and I do say complete both cases. This is not a choice, not to do one or the other, but you should complete both of the cases. And you'll see that for every week, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and week 6, we have 2 cases due for every week that you need to answer the questions. And the cases are in the back of the strategic management textbook, or rather in the back of each of the chapters. And their cases are cases that are from the chapters that we are working on in that week. Okay, so those are the assignments. Let's go to discussion questions. So I do have this note here, discussion board participation, which is 18 points. And what I'm looking for you not to contribute here, but to contribute under discussion questions. So you'll see that each week, week 1, 2, 3, I have one question, discussion question for each week. And what you do, as well as general questions for the class. If you have questions about the class, you can click here. For discussion question week 1, you want to click here. So here is the question: which company do you think has the best strategy? Why? Describe and explain. What is their strategy? Give details. So 2 rules here. I'm saying do not use Apple as your company, and don't repeat another student's example. And please rate each student's original thread or post from 1 to 5 stars. And I'm looking for you to make, at least 1 original post and 2 replies to 2 other students. So let's just see. We click here to start this, and there's no thread yet. So you create thread, and then what you want to do is you can put in something like the discussion question week 1, abbreviated like that, and then put your name. Okay, and then answer the questions. So just giving you an example, type in the box here, and then you want to hit, when you're done, you want to hit submit, and now your thread is here. And you'll have the author. Now, when you log in, after you post your answer, then you'll see everybody else's thread. And then you can click into anybody else's thread, and when you're in their thread, you can click reply. And this is where you can also rate the post from 1 to 5 stars. You can't rate your own post, but you should be rating other students' posts. And this here, you reply, and you can say whatever you want to the student about their post. Maybe some supplemental information, maybe some questions for them. Pretty simple. I'm sure by now you know how to work a discussion board and Blackboard. I'm sure by this point you've done this before, so I really don't think you're going to have too much of a problem. Okay. So that's the discussion questions. And then finally, you have your grades, where you can see all the grades. All of the grades will be listed in Blackboard. Now let's go back to the simulation project. So you'll be moved directly over to a new web page will open up called Zoom Sim. And this is where we're going to do the business simulation for the course. And you want to click register because you're a new student. So you want to click on student because you're a student. And then we have to fill out this page. So this is going to be step 1, the registration. So you enter in your first and last name, your email address, and create a username. Then create a password, check that you're not a robot, and click register. Then it's going to bring you over to this page. Now on this page, you have to hit buy now. We don't have activation codes because we're not using a textbook that would provide one. So we're going to buy it a la carte using this buy now button. And then the cart will open up, and then we're going to click checkout. And then it'll prompt you to complete your credit card information in there. And then once you've finished the registering and paying for the simulation, you want to log back in with your new username and password. Okay, once you finish paying for the simulation, you want to go into the main page and log in with your new username and password. Click sign in, and then you're going to have these 2 green buttons. One is play solo practice. This is not a requirement of our class, but you're free to play as many solo practice games as you want to get a better feel for the simulation and practice so you get the best score possible. This is the requirement. You need to first select your professor, and you want to select your professors, me, And you want to look under, see if my name's listed here. Here it is, Mike Nugent. And then you would do the class code. So our class code would be June 22, because it's a summer class that takes place mostly in June. And select that, and then click on Submit. Now it's going to change to play team competition. So once you select my class code, you're now registered to me and my class code June 22 for this simulation. And we're going to click on play team competition. And you're going to have to create a new company. So we're going to create a new company. There may be some companies listed here from other players. You don't want to choose those companies. You need to create your own company. So don't hijack or join someone else's team without their permission. You have to create your own team. So you want to put in a company name. Let's see. Power Cars. And then take the role as the president. Okay, that's the only role you have to take. And once you're done, you want to hit Submit Company Data. And now you're ready to start the simulation. You have your name of your team. You can name your team anything you want. And then you have to complete sales, marketing, production, and finance for round one. There's a separate video I have that will show you everything you need to do, a step-by-step guide of filling out and completing the first round of the simulation. And I also highly recommend that in the simulation, you pull down the student user manual and you give this a read over the user manual. It's a quite short magazine, lots of colors and pictures. It's only 13 pages or so. It tells you everything you need to know about the simulation. So that's going to be a very good thing to do. Okay. Let me get rid of this screen. Let's come back to... hold on. Okay, so that's everything you need to know to get started with this class. I wish you the best of luck, and I will have the simulation videos will be posted under Getting Started. So go to Blackboard now and watch those Getting Started videos for the Zoom simulation. I thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the class. Take care.